Seifert!
What's up, Bakersfield? How you guys doing? All right, you guys ready to have some fun tonight? Yeah! All right, who's here to see Alfred Robles? Who's here to see me? 4 people. Fuck. That's going to be my opening joke right now, too, because you guys ever had that moment when life hit you in the face and told you exactly where you stood? Kind of like right now when 4 people clap for me. I was doing training at work the other day, doing harassment training, and it showed a stat that 44% of people in America have been sexually harassed at one point or another while working, right? And they also said that it doesn't come from just your boss or employees. It comes from outside sources like vendors, things like that. And I start thinking, that means 56% of us were too fucking ugly to speak to, right? And it gets worse from there, because I used to work at a Home Depot. I don't know if you've ever been in a Home Depot. I know when you go in there to look for something, nobody's ever there. But believe it or not, we hired like over 250 associates per store, right? And I didn't work at one. I didn't work at 2 of them. I worked at 3 of them. So that means at some point in my career there, while I was there, at least 750 people walked by me and went, ugh. But then I got to thinking about it, and I'm thinking, maybe I did get harassed once, right? But my boss called it a pay raise. And he didn't make me suck his dick. I'm kidding. I didn't get a raise. Speaking of sexual harassment, I became a dad again recently. Well, not too recently, but recent enough for this joke. And he's a smart kid, and he's very creative, very inventive. Like one day he took a bunch of empty 12-pack boxes and built a full suit of armor. Helmet, chest plate, back plate, shoulder pads, legs, you name it. I mean, full armor, like a knight. And I was like, dude, you're fucking smart there, buddy. Who the fuck's your mom cheat on me with to have you? And then one night we were watching skateboarding on TV, and he was getting into it, like really into it. And so I was like, okay, cool, that'd be a good gift for him. I'm gonna go buy him one of those beginner skateboards, you know. I gave it to him, he's excited, and then he set it down and disappeared. I'm like, okay, well, that lasted long, right? Next thing I know, about 10 minutes later, he comes out with this Paw Patrol helmet or whatever one of those cartoons are you want to kill yourself to because you watch them too many damn times, right? He comes out with his helmet, and I look over, and he's got elbow pads and knee pads. But they're not elbow pads and knee pads. They were made out of his mom's maxi pads. I'm like, dude, what's wrong with you? What are you wearing those for? He goes, look, Dad, they're flex foam. They're 100% soft, right? I can move around in them. Got the flaps over them and cover. I mean, they look good, don't get me wrong, but... He's like, but the package lied, Dad. They're not ultra heavy. I can barely feel them, right? And they're called Stay Free, so I can move pretty good. And he goes, you know what's better, Dad? If I get done late, they're good for overnight, so I can just sleep in them. I'm like, well, at least you fall down and scrape yourself. You don't need Band-Aids, right? Speaking of that, though, like I said, he's smart, but he grew up kind of you know. He had a speech impediment for a long time, and he's one of those kids that's born late in the year. So he could have went to school early, which his mom wanted him to, or he could have went late, which I wanted to, because like I said, he was a little you know. But he had a really bad speech impediment. His T and R's and his B and R's were always wrong. So his name is Xander, so it's spelled with a Z. So now he's in kindergarten. In kindergarten, I don't know if you guys have been to kindergarten. Some of you might still have been there. Or stalking there, one of the two. But they do shit differently now, right? They do book reports and all kinds of shit that we didn't do till we were like in junior high. You know? And because he was last, he got whatever was left. And the last one left was trucks. Well, his TRs sounded like Fs. So you can see where this is going, right? He's in front of the classroom looking like Jason Mewes in the opening scene of Jay and Silent Bob Strikes Back. You guys seen that movie? Fuck, mother, fuck. I mean, I was just like, oh my God. And then he wraps up the story with something he had to do with the truck. So he wraps it up with him and his mom went and got a truck one day, or a fuck as he called it. And they went to Home Depot. And they were shopping for bricks. And as I mentioned, his B&Rs were messed up too, and they sounded like D's. Right? So he's running through the whole Home Depot telling all these men that, my mom's looking for dicks. Can you help us? She's looking for dicks. And it's cool though now. He finally started first grade this year. He's 11, but the cool thing about the whole story was his next day, his mom had 43 contractors in front of her house building a wall for her. That shows you how stupid Trump was, huh? Hey, he wanted Mexico to pay for that wall, right? He didn't have to do that. All he had to do was get 10,000 kids like mine with a speech impediment, take their mom shopping for bricks at Home Depot. That wall would have been done in 2 days. Right? And honestly, I was kind of looking forward to that wall, to be honest with you. And hear me out before you get mad. Not because I want to kick people out, but I'm half Mexican, half white. My mom was Mexican, my dad was a mailman. So my future is fucked. I got 2 choices in life. Go to work one night, go postal, kill everybody, including myself, or become a Raiders fan. Right? But that gave me a way out of the country. But it gave me a way out. I could have been a supervisor, being half white. I could use my white privilege. Been a supervisor, wear one of those cool management uniforms, you know, like a David Carr jersey. Right? And then when we got done, after I got deported, because of my half white privilege, I could have probably got conjugal visits back to the States, right? All right.